Well, the shooting is once again reigniting the debate over gun laws. Connecticut Senator Chris Murphy, who was elected just weeks before the 2012 mass shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School, well, he took to the Senate floor and gave an impassioned plea to his colleagues.
This isn't inevitable. These kids weren't unlucky. This only happens in this country and nowhere else. Nowhere else do little kids go to school thinking that they might be shot that day. Nowhere else do parents have to talk to their kids, as I have had to do, about why they got locked into a bathroom and told to be quiet for 5 minutes just in case a bad man entered that building. Nowhere else does that happen except here in the United States of America, and it is a choice. It is our choice to let it continue. But I'm here on this floor to beg, to literally get down on my hands and knees and beg my colleagues. Find a path forward here. Work with us to find a way to pass laws that make this less likely.
NBC News Capitol Hill correspondent Allie Raffa joins us now with more. Allie, good morning. We just listened to Senator Murphy literally begging his colleagues in the Senate to do something. He said they don't have to agree with him on everything, but they have to do something. What is the reaction this morning?
Yeah, Vicki, an extremely emotional speech on the Senate floor by Senator Murphy yesterday. Well, when our team went around asking lawmakers for the reaction to this shooting, several of them told us that they were learning about it for the first time from us. So we were able to see their real and raw reaction. They were reactions of disgust, of horror, of disappointment, because this is happening yet again. We saw Democrats like, as you played, Senator Chris Murphy of Connecticut, the state where Sandy Hook Elementary School, where that shooting took place almost a decade ago, come December. Once again, he pushed for legislation for gun reform, as you played in the clip, literally begging his Republican colleagues to make changes here. Republicans, meanwhile, are really not having the appetite for this. We caught up with Senator Ted Cruz and John Cornyn of Texas, and while they both were extremely emotional and expressed their disappointment in this, they're sticking with their beliefs on where things are right now. They're saying that gun reform should take place in the form of more law enforcement in schools, hardening of schools, teaching teachers how to use guns in schools rather than restricting gun rights for citizens. And Cruz rejecting the idea of these stricter gun laws, calling for more law enforcement on school campuses. Listen here.
We are seeing way too many of these horrific mass murders, and we need to devote far more law enforcement resources to stopping violent criminals, preventing these kind of absolute acts of evil. You know, inevitably, when there's a murder of this kind, you see politicians try to politicize it. You see Democrats and a lot of folks in the media whose immediate solution is to try to restrict the constitutional rights of law-abiding citizens. That doesn't work. It's not effective. It doesn't prevent crime.
Now, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said in the aftermath of that racially motivated shooting in Buffalo, New York, that he wouldn't put a vote on the Senate floor because he knew it was destined to fail in this 50-50 Senate, that Democrats wouldn't have the votes to even pass a filibuster. But Vicki, this issue has suddenly shot to the top of the legislative agenda. We're likely to have even more reaction from lawmakers on Capitol Hill today, possibly even a vote on some legislation soon.
As you said, as Shannon Pettypiece said, there aren't enough votes. This is divided along party lines. What are lawmakers saying about how to prevent guns from getting in the hands of dangerous people then?
Yeah, so there are already 2 House bills that have passed in the House and have stalled in the Senate. These are 2 bills that would expand background checks. Specifically, one of them would expand background checks for all firearms sales or transfer in the country, because currently background checks are not required for sales by unlicensed and private sellers. The second of them would close what has become known as the Charleston loophole, that loophole that allows licensed gun sales to go through before required background check is done. Those have already been drafted. Those have already been voted on in the House. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer took action last night to actually not necessarily schedule a vote on these, but basically get it to the next step so that when the Senate is ready, that this is already in place to then take a vote on the Senate floor. We don't know exactly when a vote could take place. We know senators are expected to leave for a Memorial Day recess on Thursday, so it could take place when senators come back. It's really up in the air right now, Vicki.
Allie Raffa, thank you.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.